Welcome to Tech Notice, guys. In this episode, yes, it is time to finally make a full in-depth review about that thing. I know it's been a long time since the unboxing of this video, but I didn't feel comfortable enough to make a review about it when I haven't used it enough. Now, when I've been able to use it for a couple of months and have had a chance to use this gimbal in different situations, I feel comfortable talking about this gimbal and telling you my experience. Most likely this video is going to be quite long, but if you're interested about this, then you should probably watch it. So in this video, I'm going to cover all of the details about this gimbal. I've had some experience, I'm going to show some test footage, I'm going to tell you some of the good sides that I really like about this gimbal, as well as some of the things that I don't think I like that much about this gimbal. So this is going to be a full in-depth review about that gimbal, and let's start. Let's start with what is in the box. If you haven't seen the unboxing video, then maybe you want to check this out. I'll link the video in the description and in the corner there. Overview of the gimbal. What is this gimbal? What's the features of the gimbal? If you haven't checked out anything about the gimbal yet, then let me help you out. So this gimbal is a 32-bit Alexmos 3-axis gimbal. It's got a 45-degree roll axis, which means that if a camera is mounted on top there, you can see the screen, which means when you're shooting, you have a better view on your screen and your footage will look better because you can see what you're shooting. Then it's got high payload motors, which can carry up to 2.2 kilograms of weight. So just to give you an example how much this weight is, then Canon 5D Mark IV body weighs 800 grams. And if you fit a Canon 16-35 f2.8 lens on the camera, then, which is another 640 grams, it will take you up to 1.44 kilograms. That is 1,440 grams. Another example is Sony. If you take Sony a7S II body, which is 627 grams, and put on a Sony 16-35mm f2.8 G-Master lens, which is another 600 grams, then that takes you to 1.307 kilograms, which is 1,307 grams. So this can pretty much carry any DSLR with any lens. Obviously, you can't go mental with 70-200, you know. Any wide angle lens and any DSLR, this can carry the weight, which Zhiyun grain, for example, can't do. Now Zhiyun grain has released a second version, which has higher payload, so you know, other gimbals are catching up with this one. The gimbal has a toolless design, which means that to mount this gimbal or set it up, you don't need any tools. You don't need any screwdrivers, any Allen keys, nothing. Just your hands and fingers are enough. So for example, if you look at the quick release plate, it's got like a little kind of handle or loop there, so you can tighten the screw without any tools. Obviously, it's a minus head screw, so if you want, you can also tighten it with a coin or a minus head screwdriver as well. The gimbal has a 4-way joystick built in on the handle in a very comfortable position, so just under your thumb to kind of move the gimbal. The gimbal has a detachable handle. So this gimbal here, like the top part of the gimbal, can be detached, and you can add another 4th axis onto there, which I have over here. So you can fit another axis for this gimbal if you wanted to. The video of this is on the YouTube card and in the description. So there's other accessories as well that you can fit with this gimbal. Like if you really like the 2-handle kind of grip, then you can buy different handles for this gimbal. On their website, there's quite a few accessories that you can mount for this gimbal, which is a very clever idea and very cool feature, I think. There is 3 1/4-inch screw holes on the handle, just to give your options open for you. If you want to mount a monitor, an extra microphone, whatever to the gimbal, then there is an option for you. There is a 1/4-inch screw hole on one side of the handle, one on the other side, and one on the bottom, which at the moment is used by this tripod. There is 5 pre-configured profiles for this gimbal. First profile is follow all. it's a kind of follow mode, so whatever your hand movement does, it kind of moves, except when you go sideways, it doesn't tilt sideways, obviously. Roll axis is fixed, but everything else follows your hand, tilt up and down and sideways. Second profile is follow your axis, which means that tilt up and down is locked, but it follows your hand movements side to side. The third one, which is my favorite profile, is a full lock mode, which means that it stays to that position and you're only able to use the joystick to move camera up and down or sideways. So you can mimic gimbal movements or crane movements with that axis the best way. The fourth one is a timeless mode, and number 5 is return to home mode, which is really cool. If you have set your joystick speed to very low and so to get very cinematic shots, but when you need to get back to the center, you just click the button 5 times and zoom, fastly it moves back to the home position. Very, very useful. It's got auto invert mode, which means that while you're shooting, you can just take the gimbal and then move it upside down on top of the camera, and you can shoot low on the ground. So very easy to switch to invert mode. The roll axis here is 180 degrees turnable. So if you have a camera that's got a flip out screen which flips out to the left, then you can put the roll axis to the other side, mount the camera on this side, and you can have your flip screen come out from the other side. Very useful. The gimbal's got integrated lithium polonium battery built in. This is amazing magic that is inside. They give you up to 26 hours of shooting with this gimbal, which is absolutely amazing. I've shot this whole day long of stuff, 12 plus hours, and I come home and there's still loads of juice left in the gimbal. So unless you're shooting in the middle of the desert for days, you don't have any problems with the charge. It's got a status LED light over there that shows you the status, whether it's powered on or not, and also the battery level. And it also has a Bluetooth connectivity. So you're able to connect this to your phone or tablet via Bluetooth and change the settings. Now we've covered the overall of this gimbal. Now let's go to the things that I absolutely love about this gimbal and why I think this gimbal kind of has the edge on the other gimbals, or just is really good. Okay, so the first one is one of the main things why I bought this gimbal, and why when I saw this launched on NAB 2017 in April, then I thought, flipping heck, this is amazing piece of equipment. I need to get hands on this somehow. That feature is the 45-degree roll axis. So the idea that you can see your screen while you're shooting is amazing. Once you've had this, you can't go back the other way. Just another interesting thing for you is that Pilotfly has patented the design of 45-degree axis, roll axis. If you see any other gimbal companies with the same design, they are fakes, and they're mostly coming from China because they have different laws in there or whatever, and probably Pilotfly is after them suing their bums off, because only Pilotfly can have this design. It's really, really easy to see what you're shooting. Absolutely love that feature about this gimbal. So the second thing that I really, really like about this is that it's light and compact and is really easy to carry around. So just to give you an example, you could buy a Ronin, right? It's massive. It's really hard to put the Ronin down. You're gonna look huge when you're shooting with this, and it's just hard work. But this one, it's really compact. It's awesome to carry around. It's easy to handle. I love the tripod on the bottom so that you can have like an extra kind of grip, so I can use 2 hands if I wanted to. So if you're shooting weddings or kind of low key where you want to be kind of as invisible as possible, then I can't recommend this enough for you. Absolutely love that it's so compact. I can just pop it into this reasonably small case and then just carry it around everywhere with me. The third thing that I really, really like about this gimbal is the toolless design. To be able to just go wherever and know that you don't need to carry around any of the tools, and you're able to mount any camera on this gimbal is amazing. That just gives you confidence that this is properly meant for shooting and meant to be used in the field, in the places where you need these smooth shots. Just pop it out from the box, mount the camera, and you're ready to shoot. I think this is one of the must features of a gimbal. If a gimbal isn't a toolless, then it's half useless in a way, because you have to have so many equipment and you want to keep it as low maintenance as possible. So toolless design, thumbs up, 10 out of 10, absolutely amazing. The fourth thing is the battery life. I haven't been able to max out this battery yet. So I've shot like really long wedding days, 12 hours plus. I've shot short film, I've shot for tech notice, long hours shooting, hour after hour after hour after hour after hour. And then whenever I come home, there's still more than half of the battery left. To be able to just have the confidence in the battery that no matter how long the day is of shooting, the battery is still gonna last and you can still mount your camera on and take the shot. No matter what you're doing today or that shooting day, if the battery is full, it will last you definitely the whole day. Absolutely brilliant. 5 is good customer service. So this is just me giving some credit back to Pilotfly, because if I've had any problems with the Pilotfly, for example, you know, I put a different lens on and I see some like micro vibrations in the footage and I can't really figure out, because I'm not like a master of PID settings and BGC, you know, software using. So I'm sending them a message saying, look, I'm just using this lens, this camera, you know, I can't figure out how to get the footage smooth, because there's all sorts of filters and powers and things to change. So if you don't know how to do it, which I didn't, I just emailed them and said, look, what am I doing wrong? Just guide me to the right path. So basically they just said, why don't you upload these settings to your gimbal? Like, try these settings. They sent me their settings. I uploaded them to the gimbal and the gimbal works perfectly. Also, they have already set a lot of settings for different camera setups and different lenses. So if you go to this link in the description where you can check out their settings. So if you have one of these gimbals, they have already made some presets for different cameras and different lenses, which is absolutely awesome from their side. And they've been very responsive whenever I had any questions of I just want to, you know, ask or just get their advice how to get better shots or how to use this the best way. They've been very responsive and absolutely awesome customer service. Can't fault them in any way. Now the sixth thing is comment on Pilotfly's slogan, which is Pilotfly makes images fly, which is so true. The first time when I was shooting this and kind of got the footage, put it on the computer and looked it on the full screen, it almost looks as if you've droned through that footage. So this gimbal works unbelievably well. The delivery and the footage that you get with this, I am so impressed. It's so smooth, it's like insane. You can see that it truly feels like the image is flying, like the footage is flying, the camera is flying. Honestly, like I can't tell you enough how impressed I am. I've been just like running with this, trying to smooth run in the field, just running straight, and then later looking at the footage, it just looks like the image is flying, like as if you've flown a drone really close to the ground. 10 out of 10 of the footage delivery and what that gimbal can do. And the seventh thing is fully customizable. So one of the things that I really like is that you can fully customize all the settings in there. And if you're into programming and PID settings and BGC, you know, monitoring the motors and gyroscopes and all that kind of stuff, then you can do this via simple BGC software, as well as through Bluetooth and through smartphone. One of the things what I did was, for my liking, the joystick speed was a bit too fast. So I've made the joystick speed much slower. So when I'm taking footage, the movement of the joystick is much slower, which gives so much more cinematic feel for the footage. And you can customize all the different profiles, you know, make your own custom profile, put on whatever settings you like, kind of just press it twice, tick tick, it beeps, and you can use your own settings. Absolutely amazing to be able to do that. And actually, quite simply, if you want to change just simple settings like the joystick, then just look through the user manual. Very clear instructions how to change the settings. And if you want to do this professionally and balance your camera absolutely to the perfection and have all the settings to the perfection, then you're able to do that as well. So they've kind of aimed for both levels of people, you know, like beginners and just average consumers and the professional ones. So both of them kind of can use this. If you're just average and you want to get some really smooth footage as possible, then just kind of throw your camera on, use the settings that are already there, and it will work. But if you want to use it professionally and use different cameras, different settings, and customize the settings to your liking to the perfection, then you can do that as well. Also, I really like the design of the thing, like in terms of how comfortable it is to hold, and knowing that you can mount a monitor and a microphone or whatever on this gimbal is just amazing. And the little tripod, I just really like it. Now let's go to the side where I've found the weaker sides of the gimbal, the things that I maybe don't like that much about the gimbal. The first thing is that sometimes the horizon or the roll axis horizon goes off, so your footage looks a bit tilted. And it can be really annoying sometimes when you have to take the shots really quickly, and then you kind of taking the shot, you're in a weird angle, so you can't actually notice that your horizon is off. You're doing the shot and then you're looking at it back and you're like, oh flipping heck, it's a bit off, which is all fixable later in post, but you're losing a little bit of the image quality because you have to zoom in and fix the angle of the horizon. If you already notice it, then it's quite easy to fix while you're shooting while the roll axis is on. So basically, you know, imagine your camera is on and your tilt is a bit, the motors work a bit like this. Then you just take hold of hand axis and pull it straight, and it knows that you're just correcting the horizon. I just wish it never did that in the first place. The second thing that is quite annoying for me is that there is not an app available for the Android yet. They have promised that an Android app is available soon, but at this time, while I'm filming this video, the app is not available yet. There is an app available for the iOS, so if you have an iPhone, you're sorted. So if you've got an Android phone, that's a bit of a downer. The third thing is, now I'm just kind of picking on Pilotfly, right? This is not a biggie, but I think that could be much more user-friendly, is the power adapter. Why is there a reason that it needs to be like a round power adapter cord rather than micro USB? Nowadays, a lot of the things are micro USB or USB-C. It would be really helpful if actually that power cord would be micro USB as well. Obviously, I don't know if the power input is not enough for the micro USB, and that's why it doesn't have it. Just thinking, you know, if you would be able to charge it through a power brick in the middle of the field, it will be absolutely amazing. Just thought, you know, the less cables you have, the better. So, in conclusion, I think this gimbal, Pilotfly H2-45, is absolutely a beast of a gimbal. If you're asking me, should I buy it or should I not buy it, I'd say yes, definitely buy it. All the good sides of the gimbal, how the gimbal works, evens out the little annoying and bad things about the gimbal so much that, you know, you don't even notice these things. And that's why the price tag with it as well. You know, compared to Zhiyun crane, which is kinda budget gimbal, you know, 600, 700, 500, around there, pounds or dollars. Whereas this Pilotfly H2 comes around 1,000, 1,100, almost double the price. But the delivery and the design and everything seems so much more thought through and reliable, I guess. That's why I love this gimbal. Thank you so much guys for watching this video, this long video, and well done for reaching this point of the video. I'm happy to answer any of the questions, or at least try to answer any of the questions that you have about this gimbal in the comment section. So feel free to just kind of throw any comment that you can think about this gimbal, about this video in the comment, and I'll try to answer you. Also, would you please take 2 seconds and review this video by hitting like or dislike in the section below. That would be massively appreciated by me and would grow this channel. So please either give your support or give your dislike to this video. If you like this video, then consider subscribing, because more videos like this one are coming out and are already out on my channel. So if you're interested, hit that subscribe button and we'll see soon. Until next time, bye.